Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Let's talk a little quantum, shall we? I don't know. How come you're not playing for me? I got to figure out if I got sound too many times. There we go. All right. So, we got it. Here we go. Living in the quantum world. So, I want to try and clarify a few things for you as I continue to get things clarified for myself. Let's talk color. When you're putting your autograph down, what color you want to use? Use blue. That's your best bet. That's life. Black, that's death. And red, well, people might start wondering, is that blood? Is that safe? So blue is the color ink you want to use for your autograph, for your contracts. And so your quantum autograph and your documents, do it in blue. Same goes for your thumbprint or your fingerprint. That is a seal. It's your seal. It's your jurisdiction. It's your authority. It's your power. Do it in blue. Again, black is dead. And some people might tell you, purple, use purple for royalty. I'm going to suggest you use blue. All right. Now, talked about the fact that this paper that I carry in my passport is a couple of things, really. Several things here all in one. This is an original copy of the continuation of evidence with a registered number. I didn't really get into that in the other two talks. This is registered mail. There's a registered number associated with it. That registered number there is on the receipt. It's on the mailer. I believe it's on the 3806. And we've got the green card front and back. And on the other side is the Americans Notice of Liability. And you'll see that this paper is bonded. There's no paper clip. There's no staple. All right, to bond your paper, you can use glue. You can punch a hole and use a ribbon. There's a couple different ways of bonding your documents, and that's an important step. A contract, a court case, having your documents bonded together is a key element of owning your authority in the quantum. Now, again, the stamp, $1 stamp, backed by gold, comes on a sheet like this. That's what you want to get. And the placement of those stamps is something to learn about. So I believe if you're dealing with a contract, the proper way to do that would be, this would be the top right-hand corner. You would place your stamp with enough space that you can have your autograph across the top, partially on your paper, partially on the stamp, and then set it up so that your last name ends towards this side of the stamp here. Then when you put your thumbprint on there, your thumbprint touches your last name, touches the stamp, and is on the paper. You don't want your thumbprint, your seal, to obscure your quantum autograph to where it is not readable. All right. Then on the back side of your paper, on the back side of every paper, you got your paperwork all bonded together. The back side, especially if it's blank, you put your seal, blue thumbprint, could be a blue fingerprint, and your quantum autograph. Because one of the tricks that these British agents in black robes play is you put your paperwork in front of them, they turn it over and they don't see anything. They just see a blank page. So anyways, this is one way of owning your authority. Maintaining continuation of evidence. Now, I talked about Russell J. Gould, ; Russell hyphen J. Gould, period. And the claim of the life. And I don't think I elaborated on the fact that beyond the fact that you pay for that, there's a fee. It's not the only way to get it done, and Russell explains that. Apparently, Russell will tell you that 2 postmasters who know a man, male or female, can facilitate that claim of the life. And that can be done for cheap as free. Every one of you should be a postmaster. Postmasters can be federal witnesses. So Russell explained to you that your claim of the life is not going to solve your problems. With regards to the oppression, these fake courts that operate under a bastardized American flag with a gold fringe and a tassel, gold tassels for the bar. And then, I don't know, there's wings up, wings down. One of them's banking, one of them's Vatican. There's all different tops. You got the ball that can go on the top. Learning your flag laws, learning your spears, what's on the top. Understanding what a wrinkled flag is. Wrinkled flag is disgrace. If you got a wrinkled flag on your coffin, you are not a good person. When you see wrinkled flags in the background of a speaker, that could be telling you something, especially in this day and age. All right. So use blue, color blue. Quantum autograph, full colon, capital first letter for your name, no real space. You treat that colon just like it was another letter. Full colon, capital first letter, all lowercase, printed, hyphen, capital first letter for your second name, full colon, just like it was another letter, space, then your last name. The period is something that you might use in this situation or that situation, or not use it. So again, I'm not the expert. I'm just, I have some study in this, so I can impart some knowledge to you on that standpoint. So that claim of the life, get you recognized through the postal court, postal service, in the quantum world with Russell J. Gould. Now, Russell promotes being I believe he calls it a tone setter. I think I kind of fit that mold as a tone setter, because there's obviously another way to make a claim of the life and own your authority and get recognized by get recognized by a, what do I want to call it? It's more than a system. But you see, Russell, a lot of people have never heard his name. Everybody knows the United States Post Office. A lot of people never heard of Russell. Don't know nothing about him. You try to explain what he's done because it's so unbelievable that most people are just going to laugh at you, dismiss you, call you a conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat, suggest you go get a mental evaluation. Well, that's their tough luck. That's their loss. Owning your authority is the most critical thing. Knowing who you are is the most critical thing if you want to have any quality of life. If you knew who you were, if we collectively knew who we were, none of this paperwork would be necessary. I mean, none of it, other than you're going to contract. But then you need to know how to own your authority to contract in the quantum world, because that's the world that you're going to be living in. You are living in it. You're living in at least two worlds right now. In a form of speaking here, we've got a system of enslavement coming down. We got a system of empowerment for the people coming up. And so everybody knows the post office. So anybody that is in a situation with these fake courts that are corporations, that are banks, that are morgues, that are enslavement camps, that only can communicate with the dead. That's why you have to be represented by a bar attorney, a British agent, a man with a title of nobility that does not belong on our land. And you're starting to get it. So when you see, this is copies, and this is the first copy. So quantum world over here, I've got original, full colon, all caps. Yes, you want to do that in all caps. Full colon and a period, just like they were other letters. This is my original. So when I made copies of this, I wrote copy over here. Colon, capital C, capital O, capital P, capital Y, period. Now my original documents, the 3806, the register receipt, green card, and I keep all those in a safe place. However, with those, I created original document, didn't I? So it should be classified clearly as an original. This is registered mail. It's a number that's associated with my name. My name is not so important. What's important is the number associated with your name. Why do you think that social security number is so dang important to all these people? It's not your name. It's your name and that social security number that they need. Well, get yourself a new number. And that's part of the process of the claim of the life in owning your authority, the process you go through with Russell, because you're going to create some paperwork and you're going to mail it, registered mail. That's one of the steps in the process. It's back to you. And that's your number. And that's the number that you're going to be instructed to use on everything going forward with regards to contracting, shipping. Now, right now, you see what they've done is they fraudulently got us as chattel. We're not. In their eyes, we are. They got us being traded, being bet on, enslaved. And it's all in a fraud. So it has no standing, it has no jurisdiction, it has no authority unless you give up your rights. You give up your rights, then it can have all that. It can have that jurisdiction, it can have that authority. But you have not been taught, we have not been taught collectively how to own our authority and what the difference is and what that system is. And all these sons of bitches running around with these bar cards telling you they got a license to practice law, they're lying to you. There is no license. You hear if their lips are moving, they're lying. It's pretty much true because none of them bar attorneys are going to tell you. Why? Because they're British agents. And I believe their oath, their loyalty, their first priority is to the bar. Their second highest allegiance is to the color of law, statutes, acts, codes, rules, regulations, ordinances. Their third priority is to themselves. So the top priority is the bar. Always protect the bar. Second, use the enslavement tools to enslave the people and enrich yourself. You have title of nobility. That's your second priority, Mr. Bar Attorney. No. Statutes, acts, codes, the law. That's attorney's second priority. An attorney's third priority is himself. Where do you fit in? Oh, you're way down here. Your last priority. You are lowest on the totem pole. You got a problem. People go say, oh, you need an attorney. The hell you do. The last thing you need is a bar attorney that does not have a license to practice law because there's no such thing as a license to practice law. They got a damn bar card and they think they got a license to practice law. They have usurped virtually everything that is good in virtually every system and every aspect of our life and turned it all against us. So, in my opinion, the steps that I took, the paperwork that I created, is more powerful than the claim of the life through Russell from the standpoint that these tyrannical parasitic parasites don't know Russell, don't know quantum, don't understand we're in continuity of government, don't understand that we're in reconstitution and devolution. And all they want to do is get their paycheck and they don't care about you. You better believe these judges know. And that one, no judge wants me standing in front of them because they know I'm going to call them out for that bastardized American flag with that gold fringe on it. And that tassel, that gold tassel that represents the bar. What is that doing in my building? Who's defacing this flag and why is it here? Where's your Title IV flag? Do you call this a court? This ain't no court. You claim to have jurisdiction over me? Prove it. You have no jurisdiction over me. I can prove it. Right here, baby. I'm recognized in, this happened in Kalkaska, in the village of Kalkaska, in that circuit court or that district court, that fake fiction, phony baloney clown world. I lost my train of thought. If it happened here in Kalkaska, they know me. They don't want me in there. I'll call them out. And they have no standing. They have no jurisdiction. And I have this. I didn't have this last time. I have proof. Oh, very important thing is the labeling on this mailer. And on the services page in the documents section on oralhealthwithcannabis.com, you can always find the website address in the description of the videos. Document section services page, there is a template or format for prepaid first class mail. And it's laid out for a manila mailer. So at any rate, I'm recognized in the jurisdiction of Kalkaska, village of Kalkaska, the county of Kalkaska. Recognized as what? Foreign national to the United States. How is that? Because it says right here on the return address, Foreign Office of Origin. Capital F, that's it. Don't make it all caps. Don't capitalize of or origin. Just capitalize F on foreign. Foreign Office of Origin. Your quantum name. The zip code goes in brackets. Why? Because the zip code is military. You see, you got mail, you got mailboxes and postal routes, I'm sorry. You've got mailboxes, you've got door knockers, doorbells, and zip code. That's all military from my research. Do your own research. If you got a door knocker or a doorbell, that Admiralty Maritime procedure is, I believe, ring the doorbell, come on in. I mean, they let themselves in after they ring the doorbell. Use a door knocker, open the door or kick it down, whatever, okay? It's military. Your zip code is military. You want to be on a rural route. You want to own your post box. You want to be postmaster. So learn how to do it and own your authority. So the labeling is not that difficult to do. You create your mailer, process it. If you want the 3806 and the register receipt, you're going to have to go up to the counter. And these Postal Service employees are going to tell you no. But then you just show them the register receipt that I show, the 3806. You show my videos. Use the registration number. Tell them to look it up. See, I went in to get supplies only weeks after I had done my mailer. And I was questioned. I was scolded and lied to and threatened just because I'm in there to pick up supplies. I was told that the Postal Service employees back there were told they're not going to facilitate prepaid first class mail anymore. They stopped doing that in the 70s. It's illegal to teach it online. Well, they stopped doing it in the 70s. But in today's modern age, in their computer system, they generate a sticker that goes on the mailer, says $0, 0 cents. They spit out the register receipt just like it was any other receipt with a credit for the charge and a total balance of $0 and 0 cents. They facilitate that mailer across state lines. In the 70s, if you had a computer, you had to be a computer programmer because you couldn't operate a computer unless you were, because it was a black screen and a floppy disk. They stopped doing it in the 70s, they tell me. That's when the Postal Service infiltrated the post office. Some buildings on the outside today will say United States Postal Service. Many buildings will say United States Post Office. There's a difference. But inside any of them, post office or postal service, you're going to find Postal Service employees. And in the quantum world, you're going to learn to say ployees, not employees. Suffixes and prefixes, I think, are pretty much gone in the quantum world. I don't want to get into it because I can't speak it well enough at this point. But as I get through more of this, get some of this out, get gears rolling in my head, and I have more conversations, I'll be picking up and moving forward. All right, so what else do I want to cover here? I think I got the main points. You want your paper bonded? You want to use blue ink? You can capture your driver's license. Same process. Use that $1 gold back stamp on the back side of your driver's license. Do not cover the bar card. I would think it'd be a good idea to get permanent ink, maybe permanent marker ink. Do your quantum autograph where it's partially across the stamp, partially on the license. Set it up so your last name is ending right towards the end of that $1 gold back stamp, and then put your thumbprint on there. And test it first. Do some testing. You can put too much ink on your thumb or your finger, and then when you blot down, you just got a big blue blot, and now maybe you can't read your name. It's really not your seal because it's not showing all the the little lines and so forth that you got there. So I hope this helps, folks. I do. Own your authority. This is Ethan D Dean. Period. I have a middle initial. I did a name change. I was born Ethan Dean Rand. I was adopted to Ethan Dean Horner. And then I did name change. And so I just kept my Ethan Dean. And then I just kept my middle initial because my middle name was Dean. So there you go. Ethan D. Dean. So no space, capital E, THAN, hyphen, capital D, space, capital D, EAN, period. My quantum auto. One of the people informed me that at the post office, when you're sending stuff out and they want you to give your autograph, that maybe they may tell you signature, but you don't want to give no signature. You don't want to do no necromancy. You want to do an autograph. Well, I was told that the post office equipment is now accepts a quantum autograph. And I believe that it will appear red if it's printed out. So apparently that's something new. Apparently past time, it wouldn't take a quantum autograph. So I was at the bank recently, actually credit union, and I'm making a withdrawal. And he says, "Can I have your autograph?" And I said, "That's the right terminology. Yes, sir, you can." I said, "Will this take a quantum autograph?" He says, "I don't know." He says, "I don't know what a quantum autograph is." So I did a quantum autograph. He said, "It worked." So next time I'm back there, I think I'll get a what they call a signature card. And I will give them a new mark. My mark will be a quantum autograph. And that's how we'll going forward. So I talked about the fact that listening to this guy SGNN and this guy Captain Kyle, both seem to be getting a lot of exposure. They're not shadow banned. They're promoted and respected. And you got a lot of people just hanging on their every word and waiting for the next intel. And they got to a point in this talk recently, and a question and answer, and a question was raised: did Russell capture the flag? Both of these guys, without hesitation, said yes. Not another word. They move on to the next. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? See, they had an opportunity there to be very empowering to us, to we the people. And they know what their reputation is. How come they don't say nothing? How come they don't elaborate? How come they don't educate? How come they don't empower you? Pay attention to who you're listening to, people. Pay attention to who you're following. If these people got big numbers, very high probabilities that they're not the people you should be listening to. Not the people you should be hanging on their every word. What are they going to say next? What information are they going to bring to you next? A couple of weeks ago, it seems like maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, Dr. Stephen Greer puts out a YouTube video titled something to the effect of "New Military Whistleblower Program Will Change Everything." Of course, I got excited. I did. I'm thinking, oh. And he gives the talk and he doesn't say diddly squat about it. Now I'm feeling frustrated. It's like going through puberty. Oh, God. So, last night, actually today, Eastern time, 1:00 this morning. Last night for you folks, Mountain and Pacific time. He put out a video about the whistleblower program. He's actually being interviewed, and it's a very good talk. A very, very, very good talk. So do your own research. Stephen Greer's been doing what he's been doing for about 30 years. His stuff can be very difficult to believe, and how much of it's true or not, hard to say. But the disclosure that he's discussing, that's coming out, the whistleblowers are coming forward, from the military and from the dark ops projects, and technologies that have been hidden from us. Some of this stuff for 100 years or longer. Free energy, anti-gravity, abundance, a quality of life like the opposite of what we've been living. Out of this enslavement into almost unimaginable possibilities for our future, for us as man, male and female, children, babies, all of us. So that to me is a very good sign. And Derek Johnson gave a talk last night. The T-Man apparently gave a speech. I didn't catch it. I heard the speech was about an hour. I'm sure that this is primarily to wake up the normies and the sleeping sheep, especially the interview that followed on CNN. And unbelievable. An interviewer could be so rude and disrespectful. But it's there's a lot of tells, and in that talk with Derek and this fellow from Australia and a lady from Canada and 2 other ladies, I think they're Americans, I'm not sure. Derek confirmed that he has his passport. He has his DOD, Department of Defense, itinerary, and he's going to be at Gitmo in July. Now, the military tribunals are supposed to be starting up in June. We don't know if it's June 1st. Hello, Jay, LTD. Um, life, live, love, and cool. Yeah, you got it. So I'm very, I'm very happy about the things that I know and the things that I see, and I have been celebrating for probably a month and a half. I hope you can celebrate too. Hopefully, soon we'll all be celebrating all over the world in a big way. So, I think that's about all I got for you today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I love you. I'm going to keep fighting for all of us. And I'll be back when I think I got something I want to say, which shouldn't be too long. In the meantime, I'm going to get outside, get a little bit of sunshine, some vitamin D, some fresh air, do a little grounding, and get these wheels spinning in my head and see what else we can figure out. All right. Bye for now.